right? This one. Tell me, students, what is the in a spreadsheet or Excel? What's the meaning of this icon B? Why we use this icon? For what purpose? This is to merge cells. I will show you. Don't worry. This is to merge cells, right? What about C? This is orientation, text orientation. We can change the orientation of text from this icon, text orientation. Icon D, D. What is this icon? This is to increase decimal places, increase decimal places, increase decimal places. I will show you. And E, this is to fill color, not only color. This is to fill color, right? Those are the icons of electronic spreadsheet or Excel, right? I will show you that one. Right. Okay. What was there is, let's say, I want to merge these two cells. I want to merge these two cells, right? First, I select these two cells and press this merge and center. That is the icon that was in the paper. Merge and center. What will happen? So these two cells will be merged. When I put borders, you can see, right? Yeah. So likewise, we can merge cells. This side also we can merge like this. Select the cells, right? Then merge and center. That is the icon, right? That is merge and center. Right. Then other one was like this one. Right. If we want to place decimal places, so we want to increase decimal places. කියන දශමස්ථාන වැඩි කරන්න ඕන නම්, right? We use this icon to increase decimal places. Sorry, we have to get the decimal number, right? So let's say we want to increase this one, right? Decimal number. මේ දශමස්ථාන වැඩි වෙනවා මේක press කරාම. Increasing. By pressing this one, we can decrease decimal points, right? Right. To do that, the number formatting should be in this number formatting or currency accounting formatting. Otherwise, you will not be able to use that icon, right? Increase decimal places, decrease decimal places. That is the use of that icon, right? This one you normally know that fill color, you can fill the color, right? That is the answers for that one. Any questions you can ask now? Right. Now I am going to have this Excel question, right? Right. How you get this number formatting like this? There should be currency and there should be decimal places. What kind of formatting should be there? You have to select this column, right? and you should select from this place as currency. Then you can get the numbers with the currency in front of this amount එක ඉස්සරහින් ඔයගලන්ට currency එකේ අපි කියන මේක currency එකේ mark එක නැත්නම් US dollars ද rupees ද ඒක රටවලට වෙනස් වෙනවනේ. ඒ වගේ you can have the currency in front of the amount එක ඉස්සරහින් currency එක මොකක්ද කියලා පෙන්නනවා. Right. Now I will delete these things. Now I want to get the total of this apple juice, right? Get the total of the apple juice for all 4 months. How to get that one? I go to this cell, right? Type equal sign to get the summation, or to add something we have to use the formula of sum. Sum is a formula. Then use bracket. Now you have to select this range, January to April. January is B2. Have to put the colon here, right? B2, and you have to select the last one. The last one of this range is E2, right? E2. Then press enter. By pressing that, you can get the total of this apple juice of this 4 months, right? Then you can get the same thing for these these cells. So you don't need to type the formula again and again. So there is a simple way. What is, right? So you can get the total of pineapple juice, wood apple juice, avocado juice, right? So what you have to do is press this cell and go to the corner of this cell, so you can see the cross mark. So we call this as a fill handler, right? Fill handler. Then double click this one and drag this one to this place and release your mouse, right? Then automatically this amounts will be filled, right? So when you click this one, you can see this range is selected automatically. So when you go to this place, this range is selected. That is the simplest way of doing that one, right? Okay, that is about this totals of all 4 months. Now I am going to get the total for the January month for all users, right? For all users, I want to get the total of January. What should I do? The same way. Equal, type sum, right? Then just in this range, the first one is B2. Select type B2 colon. Last one is B8. Close and press enter, right? So by pressing that, by by giving the sum formula, you can get total of this range, right? Now I want to get the total of February, total of March, total of April also, right? So you can do the same thing as I did earlier, right? Click this one, go to the corner of this cell, you can see the fill handler. Then double click and drag this one to this place, right? Then these values will be automatically filled, right? මම එකම values මම copy කරලා දාගත්ත මේක මේ ඔයගලන්ට පෙන්නන්න විතරයි මේ figures. මේකේ තියෙනවා මේක copy කරලා දැම්ම ඒක නිසා තමයි එකම total එක එන්නේ. ඒක ගොඩක් හිතන්න එපා. Right? When you click this, double click this one, you can see that this range is selected. But I didn't write the formula for each and every cell. I only wrote the formula to this cell and I drag this to this place until it get the sum of all the juices, right? That is how we use the sum formula, right? Okay, now I am going to get the highest sale, right? Therefore, I will change these amounts to different amounts. Don't worry about the figures. Huh? These are the figures for all 4 months for these juices. Now, what I'm going to do is, right? I want to get the highest sale among these all juices for all 4 months. මට මේ මාස 4ෙන්ම මේ ජූස් වර්ග 8ෙන්ම 7ෙන්ම highest sale එක කවුද කරලා තියෙන්නේ කියලා මට highest sale එක amount එක ගන්න ඕනේ. How do I get how should I get that? What is the formula? Can you tell me? Highest sale for all these 4 months for all the juices, which what is the amount? Can you tell me the formula? Yes, anyone? Highest. Need your answers. Sandeep, to get the highest. I use the sum formula to get the total. So what is the formula to get the highest value? Anyone? Imitya? Rahunne.
Understood, sir.
No. I am asking the what is the formula to get the highest sale?
B2
No.
and
Formula as sum. What is the formula that we should use to get the highest sale?
max.
Put equal sign and max. Right. Then you have to give the range. What is the range? It's B2 to
B8.
B2 to B8, right? So when you select B2 to B8, you will be getting this range only, right? But my question is, I want to get the highest sale for all 4 months for all these juices. What is the highest sale? මේ මාස හතරෙන්ම මොකද්ද highest sale එක මට හොයන්න ඕන. Max, what is the range? Now, I told you that from this range, I have to select the highest one for all 4 months for all juices. This is the range name. Then we have to give the range, right? This is the formula equal max. I have to select the first one, that is B2 colon. What is the last one? Here is the last one. E8. E8 is the last one, right? Then you will be selected all these values. I have to get the highest from all these values. That is my question, right? When you press enter, this is the highest value, 752 and 100, right? So let's see what is there. This is the highest value, right? Among all these values, this is the highest value, right? That is how we get the highest value for all the 4 months, all the juices. And එහෙම අපි ගන්නේ highest value. ඒ නිසා අපි මේ range එකම select කරන්න ඕනේ. Got it? තේරෙන්නේ නැත්නම් ආයෙ අහන්න. Right. I want to get the lowest value. How to get the lowest? What is the formula? Mean. What is the range? I want to get the lowest sale for all 4 months, all these juices. What is the value of lowest sale? So range is same as I selected earlier. What is the range? B2 colon B8, sorry, E8. Okay. Then it will display the lowest one. 26 is the lowest one among this range. Right? Got it? Now, another question I am asking, what is, I want to get the total sale of all 4 months. Right. Now, what is the answer? What is the answer and what is the formula? Can someone tell me that one? How to get that one? I want to get the total sale of all 4 months for all these 7 juices. How can you get that one? What is the formula? Sandeepa? Dinara? Right? To get the total, what is the formula? Equal sum. Equal sum. Right? Equal sum. And we have to select the range. What is the range? I need to get the total of all 4 months. Total sale of all 4 months. The range. Then මේ මාස හතරේම total sale එක. Range is B2 to E8. That is the range. That is how we select. So by giving formula, I can get the total of all 4 months for all these 4 users. Then press enter. It's around 2.6 million, right? Any questions? Right, Imetya, are you okay with this answers?
Yes, sir.
Now you can do your questions, ne? So you have
Yes.
that is how we get the answers right. That's okay. සංදීප ලකුණු කීයද මේ පාර? සංදීප now I think you are familiar about how to select the areas, right? And how to use the different kind of formulas. Some minimum is lowest, highest is max. To get the highest one, we have to use max formula. To get the lowest one, we have to use mean formula. To get the total, we have to use sum formula. And need to give the particular range. That is how we get the answers right. Now we are moving to today's lesson. Right? Our lesson was programming. Right. In this lesson, I discuss about what? Algorithm. So what is the meaning of algorithm? It is a step-by-step way of how to solve the problem. It shows how to solve the problem step by step. So there are two types of algorithms. What are they? There are two types. What are they? Flowcharts to the codes, right? You have only need to identify this one, flowcharts. You will be learn this one in grade 11, right? So remember, there are flowcharts and pseudocodes. Flowcharts use symbols to represent algorithm. It use symbols, right? Through symbols, it shows how to solve a problem, right? Today, we are moving forward with flowcharts, right? Flowcharts. In grade 8, we discuss kind of control structures. Can you remember? Control structures. So what are the control structures? Control structures can so how the flow is going. So from the control structure, we can identify the flow is where the flow is going, right? So there are main types of control structures. In grade 8, we discuss these things, right? So what is the one control structure? මම මේ ටිකත් මුලින් ඉඳන් පොඩ්ඩක් මතක් කරගෙන යන්න. ඒතකොට ලේසි ඔයගොල්ලෝ. Right? What is the first one? First one? Control structures. Yes. First one is sequence. Second one is selection. Now tell me someone, what is the third one? What is the third one? Third one? Sequence, selection, and what? Yes, yes, yes. Sequence, selection, and අපි කියන මේකට පාලන ව්‍යුහ කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ ෆ්ලෝ chart එක පාලනය කරන ඒකේ control වෙන විදිය මේ control structure එකෙන් වෙන්නේ. පාලන ව්‍යුහ නැත්නම් control structures. First one is sequence. Second one is selection. Third one is what is this one? Repetition, repetition. Sequence, selection, and repetition. Right? In sequence flow charts, there is nothing special. This type of flow chart is there. Selection sequence is flow is going start to end without any special things, right? කිසි විශේෂයක් නැතුව start එකේ ඉඳන් end එකට flow එක නිකම්ම යන එක තමයි අපි කියන්නේ sequence එකක් කියලා. This is sequence. But what is selection? In selection flow chart, this is sequence. In selection, like this. It's a selection. There are two parts. From that two parts, we have to select one, right? It depends on the condition of this selection point. This is the selection point. There is a condition. I'll teach you later. With that condition, you have to select one of these parts. That is the meaning of selection. There is a condition. According to that condition, we have to select one part. That is the selection control structure. Right? This is the selection. Right. What is the repetition? Repetition is like this. But it is like this. That means flow is going from the bottom to top. Condition එකක් තියෙනවා ඒක මත සමාන අපිට කලින් steps එකක් හෝ කීපයක් repeat කරන්න වෙනවා. එතකොට මේ steps ටික repeat වෙනවා මේක හැටි. These steps will be repeated. Right? That is why we call it as repetition. Repetition. So there is repeating steps. But in these flowcharts, there are no repeating steps. Here, no repeating steps. Here, no repeating steps. But here, repeating steps. How to identify repeating? If it is a repeating one, flow is going bottom to top, right? The arrowhead is there. Flow is going bottom to top. That is how we identify. This is a repetition. Your head is bottom to top, right? This is the main idea of sequence. There is no special thing in sequence. Selection, from the two parts we have to select one part, that is selection, and repetition. So we have to repeat some one or more steps in our flowchart. That is the main control structures, right? So write these down: control structures and sequence, selection and repetition with these diagrams. Sketch down make a sketch කරගන්න ඒ ඇති idea එක විතර දැනට ගත්තා නම් ඉතින් මම පස්සේ detail කරන්න. Are you okay, students? Got the idea? Remember to put the arrows correctly. So you have to show the flow of how the flow is going. What is the direction of the flow? Otherwise, flow chart will be not correct. You have to specify the flow by the arrows, right? Right. Take this down, control structures, and write down these three control structures: sequence, selection, and repetition. Right. Mr. Tirona ngahanna. This is repetition. We have done these basic things in grade 8 as well. Tell me after finishing this one. My symbols are not perfect. I will draw the symbols perfectly. This just only to get an idea. Tell me when you are finished, huh? Finish. Where are next dance ivrana? Right. Okay. Let's identify the symbols perfectly, right? Symbols of other symbols. This is a kind of oval shape. Mm, right. This is for input or output. Sorry. Start to end. We use this symbol to mention start or end of a flow chart. So from the beginning, we can see this kind of symbol. From the end, we can see this kind of symbol because start and end represented by this symbol, right? This is to represent input or output. Input or output. So we can use this symbol to display a input and output as well, right? This one too is mention a process. Process. This is a decision. When there is a decision, right? Or we can say it as a selection as well. Decision point or selection point. So from this kind of symbol, from that point, we have to select one of the one uh, one direction out of these two direction. මේ direction දෙකෙන් එකක් අනිවාර්යෙන් select කරගන්න වෙනවා මේ point එකේදී. So we have to use this symbol to have a selection, right? So those are the main symbols of a flow chart. And Also, we can have this one as well. This is the flow of direction, where the flow of direction. To show the flow of direction, we use arrows. So from the arrows, we can see where the flow chart is going, right? So flow chart is going, we can see from the arrows, right? So those are the main symbols of the flow chart. Better to write this as well, right? Tell me when you're finished, Sean. Clearly draw the symbols. me when you're finished up. Okay, finish. Sandeep, Dinara, Imatya. Done. So no. Where are you, Nidita? Sandeep, Imatya.
Yes, sir.
Finished.
Yes.
Dinara. Right. Okay. Right. These are the symbols of flowcharts. Right. Then better to download this Scratch. Scratch. I think you already have Sketch, but you have used in grade 8. If not, you can download this Sketch software from internet freely. The correct website address is in your book, right? Go to that part and direct you can download this Scratch software. Next week onwards, we will do the flowchart and the relevant Scratch programming for that flowchart, right? So we will do simple selections, selection out of more options. If there are more options, how to select, right? And repetition, right? So we will draw these flow charts, right? Then we will do the same one in Scratch, right? We will draw the flow chart and we will convert the same flow chart into Scratch programming language. Then we can identify how we design the problem and how we do the programming, right? So programming is something like, before you programming, you have to design. This is designing part, flowcharts, right? Flowchart is designing part or the plan. So with that plan, how we do the programming part, right? So we will be discussing those things by next week, right? Don't miss the class, right? It is important. Before that, it is better to download your Scratch programming language from internet. It is free, right? Okay, any questions up to now? Yes or no? Right? Okay, then Prashanatha, we will meet on next week, right? So download Scratch programming language and we will see how we develop programs using Scratch, right? Okay, students, goodbye and have a nice week. Prashanatha, Prasatina මොන හරි යන්න, right? Right. Are you okay? Okay නේද? කතා කරන්නේ නැහැ නේ අපේ කට්ටිය. Right, right. Okay.